I'm Miss Walker, and in this video, I'm going over week 4, Wednesday, where we are rounding and working on place value. This is going back to the beginning of the year, things that we learned. And the first part says round the following numbers to the nearest 10 or 100. And when we say round, we do like this, round, right? So it says, remember, if the number next door to the place we are rounding to is 5 or more, we let it soar, round it up. If it's 4 or less, let it rest. This first box says round to the nearest 10. So that means I'm looking at my tens place. So I'm going to underline, let me use a different color. Oh, let's use blue this time. I'm going to underline the tens place in all of my numbers. Ones, tens, ones, tens. Go ahead and underline that. Okay. Now that I've underlined the tens place, that tells me what two tens my number could be. So either this number, 15, it can either round to 10 or it can round to 20. But it all depends on this number behind the 1. So my number next door is a 5. This says 5 or more, let it soar, round it up. That means I'm going to go to the next number, which is 20. So 15 rounds to 20. Moving on to 83. I underlined the 8. That means this can either be 80, my closest 10 is 80, or the next 10 up. Think about if you're counting by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 is 90. I circle my number next door. My number next door is a 3. 4 or less, let it rest. That means I'm not going to go to 90. I'm going to go to 80. I'm going to leave it at 80. 21. I underline my 2, so I know the lowest it can go is to stay at 20. And the highest it can go is the next 10. 10, 20, 30. Now, some people think about rounding as, okay, what is it closest to? Because that's what rounding is. You're finding the closest number. 21. That's only 1 away from 20. So that means that the closest number is 20. 48. We have 4 tens, which is 40. I'm saying 4 tens because it's 4 in the tens place. And the next highest 10 is 50. The one right after 40 is 50. We have an 8 next door. 5 or more, let it soar, round it up. So this rounds to 50. 15, we have a 1 here. That's 110, which is 10. The next 10 after that is 20. And we have a 5 next door. That means we round it up to 20. On this next one, we're going to round to the nearest 100. That means we've got to underline the digit in the hundreds place. If you notice on the second one, it doesn't have a digit in the hundreds place. Sorry, it kind of looked like I went a little bit too far, so I'm going to redo that one. But it does not have a digit in the hundreds place. So, we're going to have to see. That one's a little tricky. All right, we've got a 2 in the hundreds place. That means we've got 200, or the next 100 up, 100, 200, 300. We circle the number next door, and that's an 8. This tells us what we're going to do. 5 or more, let it soar, round it up. So we're going to round this to 300. On this next one, we don't have anything in our hundreds place. that's 0. But if we were counting by 100, 0, then the next number would be 100. And I circle my number next door, and that's a 9. So that means I'm going to round it up to 100. And also, 96 is only 4 numbers away from 100. It's 96 numbers away from 0. So it's closest to 100. On these next ones, I'm going to go ahead and go through them since I just did rounding to the nearest 10. So rounding this one to the nearest 100, I have 3 hundreds. 315 is closer to 300 than it is 400. So it is 300. 551, I have a 5 in my hundreds place. The 5 next door, 5 or more, let it soar. Round it up. So it's not going to stay 500. It's going to move up to 600. On this next one, I have 678. I circle my number next door. It is a 7. So I'm going to round it up. 6. The next 100 would be 700. So this is going to round up to 700. On this one down here, number 2, y'all had something like this in week 1 or 2. I don't remember. But in your last packet you had problems like this. This says, what is the value of the bolded digit? Now, the reason why it has bolded in bold letters is so that you know what bold looks like. I also had it underlined. And it says, remember, you can use your place value chart to help. You got a place value chart in the packet that you picked up from Westlawn. So what I did, because I don't have a place value chart, I drew one out for you. So if you've seen my place value video, you know that there is a song for this if you need it. I'm going to go through the last part of it and label the place value chart, go over the names. So we've got ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. I know my place value. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. I know my place value. So on this one, what we're going to do is we're going to look at what place it's in. So we've got ones, tens, hundreds. We have 2 hundreds. So 200s is written as 200. Going down. On the next one, we've got ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. We have 8 10,000s. So I'm going to write my 8. Remember, we also know that if we don't know the value of 8 10,000s, then we can put a 0 as the next number, a comma, a 0, a 0, a 0. That number is 80,000. It's in the 10,000s place. It's just like a 10, so that's why it's 80,000. The next one, ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. We have 9 in the 100,000s place, which means we have 900,000. Looking at this one, in the number 213,689, the 9 is just worth 9. In this number, we've got ones, tens. There is an 8 in my tens place. 8 tens is 80. If you weren't sure about that, hold up 8 fingers and count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. All right, last one. Whoop, whoop. We have the number 185,931. We count our place value, starting the ones, tens, hundreds. We have 9 hundreds. So the value of the 9 in this number is 900. I hope that you enjoyed this video for week 4, Wednesday. If you need help with anything, don't hesitate to give me a call. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.